serious. Frodo says, and so was I, Sam. More than likely, people are going to come to this point in the story and they're going to say, shut the book now, Dad. We don't want to read anymore. Sam, maybe, but I wouldn't be one to say that. Things done and over and made into part of the great tales are different. Why, even Gollum might be good in a tale. Better than he is to have a value, anyway. I wonder if he thinks he's the hero or the villain. Now, that's an interesting question. Is Gollum the villain, or is he the hero? Well, jump to the end. Who's responsible for the ring being destroyed? It's not Frodo. It's Gollum. Frodo claims the ring. He cannot destroy it. Gollum destroys the ring. Does he do it on purpose? Probably not. And yet it's still destroyed. I think it was St. Thomas Aquinas that essentially says one's motivations aren't as important as the results of one's actions. If the results turn out good, then one receives the benefit of that, whatever the benefit is. Even if you did not intend it to be well. Okay? Did Gollum intend the biting off of the finger from Frodo well? Not really. And so they fall asleep. Page 714. Gollum comes down several hours later from where he's been and he finds them. This, I think, is a critical passage. He sees Frodo with his head in Sam's lap. Sam has one hand on Frodo's breast and another hand on Frodo's head. And Gollum looks at them. A strange expression passed over his lean, hungry face. The gleam faded from his eyes. Now remember, whenever Gollum has a gleam in his eyes, that means Gollum is in charge, not Smeagol. The gleam fades from his eyes, which means Smeagol, the true identity, the true person, kind of comes out. And they went dim and gray, old and tired. We see Gollum as he really is, in other words. A spasm of pain seemed to twist him, and he turned away, peering back up towards the past, shaking his head, as if engaged in some interior debate. Then he came back, and slowly putting out a trembling hand, very cautiously he touched Frodo's knee. But almost the touch was a caress. Why Frodo's knee? Why not his foot, his hand, his chest? Why his knee? Well, in classical literature, when someone reaches out and either grasps another person by the knee or puts their hand on their knee or something like that, they're seeking mercy, or they are seeking a favor, or they are seeking a reward or something from the person whose knee they're touching. What they are showing is that the person whose knee they are touching is a moral superior. You also see it in the Old Testament, for example, when someone, seeks a blessing. The story of Jacob and Esau. Jacob seeks the blessing from his father, and he reaches around his knees, and his father reaches out and gives him the blessing for the eldest. Gollum caresses Frodo's knee, and we're told, for a fleeting moment could one of the sleepers have seen him, they would have thought that they beheld an old, weary hobbit, shrunken by the years that had carried him far beyond his time, beyond friends and kin, in the fields and streams of youth, an old, starved, pitiable thing. This is Gollum's opportunity for redemption. He's reaching out to make a connection with the other two hobbits. This is an old, old, old hobbit wanting community. And instead Sam wakes up and says, "What are you up to?" Gollum, "Nothing, nothing. Nice, master." "I dare say. What have you been up to? Sneaking off and sneaking back, you old villain." And we're told Gollum withdrew himself. That is, he physically pulls back, but also spiritually, if you want to call it that, or consciously, he withdraws into himself. And a green glint flickered under his heavy lids. realize Smeagol is now dead. Gollum has total control. And almost spider-like he looks now.
Oh, yeah, sneaking hobbits, always so polite, yeah, so nice hobbits.
Well, we get Shelob's lair. They get attacked by Shelob. Sam scares her off. He sees Frodo. He thinks Frodo's dead. He has to decide what to do. He realizes he's the last of the company. He says, page 732, I wish I wasn't the last. I wish old Gandalf was here. Why am I left? The same questions we've been dealing with all semester. Why? Why me? Why me? Why me? Gandalf's answer, such questions cannot be answered. Okay? He realizes he's got to take the ring. He takes the ring, he takes Sting, he takes the star glass. He leaves. He suddenly hears orcs. He puts the ring on. And he finds out Frodo's not dead. And the orcs take Frodo to where Sam cannot get. And book 2, meaning the Two Towers, ends with Sam now separated from Frodo. So there's 2 narrative threads now. Okay. Merry and Pippin separated from, Pippin and Gandalf separated from Merry, Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn. Okay. Notice the fragmentation, as it were, of the story. Okay. And then we'll pick up with Minas Tirith, Gandalf and Pippin, and the Return of the King.